Okay, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. It's 6:05.
Roll call, David.
Here.
Don. He's here. Marge.
Here.
John.
Here.
Jennifer.
Here.
And Council Representative Maureen Stoffer.
Here.
Okay. So we have no one to excuse. And then did anyone want to make comments about the minutes from the last meeting?
No, everything looked good to me on it. I looked over it.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
I'll second.
Roll call, David.
Yes.
Marge.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
And Don.
Yes.
He says yes. Could you hear him?
Yeah, we can hear him.
Okay.
And just so attendees know, you are muted and off until your case comes up. I see a comment in the chat, so.
All right, so we can take the first case, 210101. It is patio enclosure.
Yeah, I will move them over.
You guys, this is Dennis.
Hello.
Okay, so I didn't realize you guys were able to control the audio and the video. In that sense, usually when you join the link, you have that option. So as long as you guys can hear me, we're good.
Okay, we can hear you.
We can hear it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm getting a little bit of feedback.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
But we can't see his plans.
They are in the Dropbox.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So,
And as you know, we've done a lot of work in your city before. I don't want to say it's cookie cutter what we're doing here, but for the most part, same things that we've done before in your city.
What company are you with?
Patio enclosures?
Okay, yeah, we've seen you many times.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you, I guess, explain a little bit? I looked at the plans and at the photos, but where exactly is the sunroom going to go? Is it sitting on that existing deck or off to the side?
So you guys aren't sharing a screen or anything, right?
No.
No, not with the images or drawings. We had, all of them were scanned in, the drawings and pictures of the house were scanned in and put in Dropbox. That at least most of us, I think, have got them downloaded.
Yeah, that's okay. So when you're looking at that picture in the back of the house and you see the right side, there's a 6-foot patio sliding door. And then just to the right of that, hold on. Oh, excellent. Okay, so now I got an invite here for seeing me. That's fine. So I will do that. Oh, excellent. Hello, everyone. So you're going to see that 6-foot sliding door. And then just to the right of that, you're going to see a double wide, double hung. So, and then that lower part of that deck area, that's exactly where we are putting a new deck, because obviously that deck is not meant to support the weight of our room addition. So
Okay.
it's just that little bump out of the house. Without you guys looking at the picture,
Yeah.
hopefully my description was good enough.
Yeah, it looked kind of like that's where it was, but I just wanted to make sure from the, the elevation, the B wall elevation that you had, it looked like it was on that corner. But then since the deck didn't extend all the way out, I was just curious what was going to happen there. So.
Yes, the new deck, by the way, that we're building and the room that's on top of it, there will be no stairs or steps or any other landings going out of this room.
Okay.
Okay, I missed it. You're going to the right of those double doors? The sliding doors?
Yes, yep. So I don't,
Okay.
again, I don't know what picture, but yeah, so it's
I'm
gonna
looking at the-
encompass, it will encompass that 6-foot door and that double wide, double hung, just so you know, based on the
Okay.
size and the
I'm
dimension.
looking at the back of the house.
Yes, yep,
Okay.
just to
So
the
it's
right.
going on the far right.
Yes. It's kind of coincidental that and believe it or not, the customer may be on the phone. I heard you guys talking about some other phone numbers. He is probably on the phone. But it's actually kind of neat because the bump out of the house in that section, we're actually making our sunroom the same size of the bump out. So it kind of flows and is more fluid.
Okay.
There are no doors shown on this. There are just windows, correct?
Yes, I might have said that a little too quickly earlier, but no
Okay.
stairs or no landings going outside of this room. Sorry about that.
So the room will only be accessible from the interior of the house.
You are correct.
Okay.
All right. Well, can you go through like the colors and materials of the sunroom and what's going to match the house and what isn't and so forth?
Yep, just so with our palette of colors, we've always kept it real simple. We only have 3 colors: white, a bronze, which is really like a dark Tudor brown, and then we have a sandstone, which is AKA tan or almond, right? Everyone has a different name for it. So our sandstone blends the best with their siding and their house, so we are going with the sandstone. So it looks like it's more original to the house. Dark brown is going to jump out really bad, and white is also going to be a stark jump out. So we're going to go with a very similar color to the house right now.
Okay.
And by the way, HOA, you know how they can be, right? So, which is fine with me. They were okay and approved the colors and like the fact that it's blending in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is the deck, the upper part of the deck going to stay just like it is, same color, same look?
So when you say upper, so this new deck, our room's gonna be on top of it. Then we're gonna have engineered flooring, basically. And then on top of that, we're gonna do luxury vinyl flooring. So you'll never see the deck. And then we'll have skirting around the deck there, as you guys can see with the engineered stamp prints that we provided.
Yeah.
We're just gonna use the same kind of siding that goes down below to make it look like it belongs and blends in with that part of the house.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, when I said upper part, I was talking about the existing deck, the section that's to the left.
Oh, that's staying?
That stays, I guess, or is
Yes, yeah, great question. Yep. So again, I don't know if the customer is on here wants to jump in, but yeah, it's very structurally sound overall. It's in good condition. As you know, though, without pier footers, we're not going to build on an existing deck. So that left side is going to stay. And then we are going to modify the very end of that. And we're going to build a set of steps so that they can just walk out of their room, walk over to the kitchen, to the next set of 6-foot sliding doors and walk out, go to their deck. And should they want to go to the backyard, they can go down those steps.
All right. Yeah. That's what I was getting ready to get to, is if they're,
Mhm.
Gotcha.
with the steps on the other side being gone, there'd be no way out.
Yep, that good call. Yep.
Unless you wanted to jump over the railing or something.
So now we definitely thought about that together with the customer.
So this is a higher deck. The stairs will have to have a railing to come down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The step. You're right. Because that's over the threshold of that height. More than 2 feet, right? So yes, it'll be set of steps, and you'll have a railing on each side. Correct.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm good, I guess. Everybody else?
Yeah, I'm fine. If you want to move,
Yeah, I'll move that we approve it as submitted.
I'll second it.
Well, I guess we ought to make the note that there will be stairs built on the left side of the existing deck.
Yep. The furthest most corner of the deck, further away from the house, going towards the backyard.
Okay,
Yeah.
David made the motion. Who's anyone seconding?
I second it.
All right, roll call. David,
yes,
John,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Yes.
Marge,
Yes,
move. All right.
Would you want me to excuse myself from the meeting at this point?
If
Yeah,
this is
you're
your only case, then yes.
Okay, and my only question to you guys, just out of, respect and courtesy to you guys, since I am here on the phone, any general questions though about patio enclosures, the sunrooms outside of this, if you had anything for me in general? I don't know, it's a good opportunity. If you have any questions.
No, I don't think so.
no, I don't.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate the time. I appreciate the approval, and you guys have my contact info if there are questions about this one or another project, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good
Thank-
evening.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Before we bring the next case on, I can see Don Spice's name with a mute button.
I've asked him to unmute a couple times, but I haven't gotten anything
Yeah.
from him.
I have his name.
Don, are you
Me too.
able to unmute? Do you have this up on your computer now?
No, not totally.
Okay.
I can see you right now.
You can see us. Okay. We see your name on the screen, but we don't hear you or see you.
Okay.
But if he can see, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. We could take the next case. I just didn't know if that was something that needed to be done by Ryan or. Okay.
I'm here. I just muted myself in case I cough.
Okay.
Okay.
that's better, doing it that way.
Hey, Gil, are you there? I sent you an unmute request. There you go.
Yeah, these things work better when you grab all the files in the folder and then combine them as one Adobe file, if y'all can do that. I don't know if
I'm
you
just
do.
viewing it right out of the Dropbox.
me too.
But you have one image at a time, right? You're flipping through.
Yes.
I mean, do you have to open one and then open the other? Well, whatever. Okay. If y'all are
Hey,
fine.
don't get technical on us, Markovitz.
Yeah.
I can see the previews
Yeah,
Okay.
if I wanted to see small images.
All right. Well, yeah, I just grabbed the PDFs and the JPEGs, and then with Adobe Acrobat, combine them into one file. So you can just flip through that one file and see one page or the other.
Okay.
But if everybody's fine, I won't worry about it. Okay.
Okay. Gil Macias. Oh, I cannot hear you yet. I have a mute button in the lower left corner of my screen. I don't know if yours is set up the same way.
It's showing that he's unmuted, so I'm not sure.
He's unmuted.
He is unmuted, yeah.
Does your are you on a computer that doesn't have a microphone, perhaps?
He said he's going to join the audio from his phone because his speaker isn't working. So, Gil, just type in what your phone number is so I know when you join who to add. Okay, I see that one on here. I sent an unmute request to the cell phone. There we go.
Okay, there you go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello? Okay, I apologize. My computer, for some reason, sometimes the audio doesn't work, so I had to actually dial in to the call.
Okay. So we're ready to hear about the Domino's sign?
Yes, so Domino's is going into the Twins Plaza in Twinsburg. They have given us their specifications for their brand requirements for their electrical channel sign. You should have a rendering of the sign as it looks in the front of the building. It has all of the sign specs as far as height, width, size of the logo, size of the letters, and the colors of their brand standards. So we're requesting two things: one, approval of the sign, and two, the size of the sign is actually larger than is allowed by the linear footage of the front of the building. But as you'll see in the other diagrams that we provided, they're in line with other signs in the same plaza. And so we're asking for the variation or the variance of a slightly larger sign.
Do you know what the height of the letters is on Allstate or Nina Michelle or Edible Arrangements?
Yes, you'll see in one of the photographs that we provided. Let me see if I can bring it up on my computer real quick. You'll see the letters are 48 inches. The total dimensions of the letters, as you'll see in the diagram that we provided for Edible Arrangements, it's 2 lines of text. They're 48 inches tall, and it's 153 inches in width.
But you don't know the individual, like how the height of Edible and then the height of Arrangements.
I don't. I wasn't able to take a ladder and go and measure the individual letters.
The rendering that you have, it looks appropriate. I see that the Domino's, the D it looks like 32 inches. It's a little blurry.
1, 2, 3.
So that's why I was curious to see if these letters are the same height as Edible in Edible Arrangements or Allstate or Nina Michelle. Then I would think that it's perfectly appropriate to have the same, height letters, even though that the logo being on an angle, it's kind of like with the Allstate where the logo is a little bit larger, but the text is a little smaller.
Right.
Correct.
It's the scale. I think it looks good on the building.
Yeah, I think it
Edible
looks
does.
appropriate.
Yeah, I don't have any, I think it looks fine too. I mean, I'm looking at the others, and if you count the
squares,
they're, the Allstate looks like it's what, 1, 2, 3 1/4 or 3 1/3. I guess, what are those, shingles or something up there?
Yeah.
They're actually bricks.
That is brick.
The facade. Yeah, the facade is brick.
Okay.
So are you actually going into the last door next to the left of Allstate?
No, it's going into 2 units that is to the left of where the Subway is.
Oh, way down that way.
Yes.
Okay.
The left of Subway. So Subway's right next to the liquor store, right?
That's correct.
Right.
And there's actually 2 units that are available. He's going into a double unit that's just to the left of Subway. There's actually like an alleyway that divides that part
Right.
of the.
Right.
Okay.
So he's right on the alleyway.
Okay.
And on the other side of the alleyway is the eye doctor.
Mathnasium actually just went in there.
Okay.
What just went in there?
Mathnasium. It's a math tutoring.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's in the section where the basement is now, down at that.
That's correct.
right hand.
correct.
We're the more northerly end of the building. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I think it looks good. It looks appropriate.
Yeah, me too.
Is there a separate motion for the size of it? Or is it just one case? We're looking at a
Um,
variance for the size?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
that's
a
a-
variance,
It was,
a separate motion and ruling from the approval of the sign itself, or is it all
Right.
wrapped into one?
I'm fine with one, but usually I thought we had to grant a variance first and then do the sign.
I'm not sure what the proper procedure is, but
I just assume bundle
We
them
can-
together and I'll make a motion on the sign.
Make a motion on the sign that includes the variance for the square footage, and that way
Okay.
we're covered.
Right, that's my motion.
To approve the sign as submitted, including the small variance needed for the.
Well, yeah, I guess it's noted though.
Okay,
Yes, as noted. Thank you.
okay.
And you do
Right.
have landlord approval?
we do have
Okay.
landlord approval.
Yeah, I see it in the letter.
Is there a second?
Yeah, I seconded it.
Okay. All right, so we have approve as noted, including the size variance. Roll call, John,
Yes,
David,
Yes,
Jennifer,
yes.
Marge,
Yes,
Don.
Yes.
Got it.
Mhm.
All right. Gil is also the next case as well.
So for the next case, my customer is Twinsburg Healthy. They are moving into, or they've already opened. They're in the plaza. Let me get you the exact address because it has its own sign code. It's right off of the town, the square, just west of it. It's where there was a martial arts studio there. Can't find the address. The specific address is 9076 Church Street. So there's a laundromat on the corner. And so they moved into the unit that's second to the right. They're a healthy shake franchise as well. So they have also standards that they're trying to abide by. And according to the sign program that was for that section, we've created the sign to match to be in compliance with the size requirement. So it's not, it's not taller than is allowed, and it's not wider than is allowed, and it follows the PMS colors in brown with yellow lettering.
Okay, and
you'll see in
reads,
the rendering.
it reads Twinsburg Healthy.
That's correct.
Okay,
So again, it's an electrical channel letter sign with the logo to the right, and it's on a raceway.
is it illuminated?
It is illuminated.
So it'll glow yellow?
It'll glow yellow with the brown around it. Yeah.
Okay. Is it centered on the building or over the tenant space?
It is centered on the building. The unit itself is the space of the unit is just to the left of the windows where the three windows start, and it's just to the right of the first door. So there's another door adjacent to the entrance, and that's for there used to be a martial arts studio there. I think it was called the Silent Mind. They've since moved, but his unit is really the door to the left of the Silent Mind, and then the three windows, and then his unit ends just past the 3 windows.
Right. The picture looks good with the sign on it. I know those buildings pretty good. They're pretty old. It doesn't look bad for your rendition there.
Yeah, we try to give it a little bit of a pop, right? Again,
Yeah.
conforming to the standards that were provided in the sign code. And
It's
so
a tough building to have a sign on. I
yeah,
like
and
it.
so
I'm fine with it. You guys good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna move on it to as submitted.
I'll second. But it has a Church Street address, correct?
that is correct. Yes.
Okay.
Roll call. John,
Yes.
Marge,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you. And
Well, thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
thank you too.
Thank you.
Take care.
I'll be signing off. Thank you very much.
All right.
How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
Welcome.
Good.
So we have 3 Pulte cases tonight.
4?
Wait, 1, 2,
Four.
3, 4.
Yeah, 4.
We have 4.
I think it's the last 4 too.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a CVS actually at the end. I see.
Yeah, that was the last signed one.
Okay.
That's the one that came in late, or came in not late, but
Overnight UPS.
Yeah. Overnight UPS that took a week to get here.
Right.
So.
That's been happening a lot lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a permit check to you guys that's MIA right now, actually.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we have the drawings, but we don't have any renderings or color that go with these in the Dropbox. But we have the drawings.
I had if I could share my screen, I could show the color packages.
Okay. Do you know how to do it?
Yeah, it's enabled here. Am I up?
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah.
There
No.
we
so-
go.
Yeah, this is the color package for the project. Let me see what we got here. I think this is lot 2. So we're going to have the Ashbury brick with the wicker horizontal siding, and then a darker brown board and batten accenting on the gables. Here's the elevation of the home. Front.
Yeah. Good.
Left side, got the extra windows put in. Right side, we're showing the garage man door, masonry returns. And then the rear of the home.
Looks like something we've seen before more than once.
Yeah. Need to
Yeah,
add
these-
the steps to grade on the rear door.
Yep. Yeah, that's a given when we build. I just forgot to draw that in there. It's a full basement, so they won't fall that far, right?
Right.
This is my non-Jennifer window floor plan because I don't have the staircases in the middle.
Okay.
That's our split level.
Looks good. You need more information, anyone?
Nope.
Any more
No.
notes?
I'm taking a look on my own screen for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Is the dormer over the garage going into any livable space, or is that just faux into attic?
It's just faux into attic.
Okay. Just architecturally, it looks undersized to me.
The dormer itself.
Right. It seems like you would want it to be like a foot wider, so it just very narrow next to the windows. It doesn't have room for any structure to hold up the windows besides the frame, really. I mean, I know it's in there, but
Right.
it just architecturally looks faux.
Well,
Right.
it's like balanced over the garage door if I'm seeing this right.
Yeah, it's set
Yeah,
back
it's
from
centered
the
over.
garage door. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine centered. Yeah, I kind of see what Jennifer's talking about. The sides are, a little
Yeah, it's
thin.
like it's a 412, and the other ones are probably much steeper.
Not the roof pitch, just the width of it overall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I understand. I understand what you're saying. It's actually one of our bigger dormers. I can appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I didn't personally design it, so no hurt feelings.
Others been built like that out there?
Yeah, I mean, we have, this is our Linwood, so we have, 6 elevations on them. So this one has to have come through before. This is our most popular floor plan.
How wide is that dormer? How wide from end to end?
Um,
I can't see the numbers.
8 foot. So they took about half the width of the garage door and then centered it over top.
Well, whatever you architects say, I'll go along with. If you wanted a little wider.
I mean,
Can I do,
it could be the drawing. I've never seen them stand out funny when I drive by there.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're looking at it, sometimes it's hard to register when you look at it from a straight elevation because you never really see it from that perspective anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I want to see what.
I mean, we haven't had a problem with it before, but I'm okay with whatever you want to do on it.
Another thing I notice is on the left elevation, it appears that the brick veneer on the garage face is not wrapping. That's page A3.02.
Yep. I can make a note of that and resubmit. That's just drafting here.
Right, okay. So, yeah, the approval will have a note that the brick is to wrap on the left elevation.
No problem.
Okay.
But we're fine with the dormer, right?
Yeah, I mean, if that dormer's been built out there before and there's been no issues with it, I don't see why. And like I said, since you don't really see it straight on,
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at the, the right elevation where you can kind of see it a little bit or see what the side looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if this was a more traditional home, the dormer would have been brought forward to be even with the other 2-story massing. So that would have been the second floor. So it just gives it away as being faux when you see that it looks tacked on.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been bringing it forward also would have brought it down lower so that it would have lined up with the ridge of that 2-story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it would be a little bit wider so that you'd have room for proper framing. And on the inside, the walls would have been right at the window. Normally you have room for trim, like a 3 or 4 inch piece of trim around the window. Whereas if those are the walls, you have no room for trim. So as soon as I see that dormer, it just looks wrong.
Yeah, your eye's way too trained for the false dormer, Jennifer. I'm gonna save some of those remarks for our next product meeting,
Yeah.
so I sound like I know what I'm talking about. I never thought about it like that. I do understand where you're coming from.
Right. Yeah. If the wall goes right up to the window, there's no trim, and then
Yeah, they obviously designed it as, an elevation breakup, false dormer, and didn't think about functionality, to someone with a trained eye looking at it.
Right. I have trouble with these houses. They're economical, but they're not the design of them gives them away. So
Yeah,
if we were to improve it, I would tell you exactly what I'd do. I'd pull it forward so that it's level with the other, which would lower it, which would bring the top of that roof down. And I would make it wider by, like I said, about 6 inches. So I don't know if we want to say to do that. I don't know how these are designed, if that just comes as a dormer package and you just pop it on the building and it's.
Yeah, so I mean, when I think about it on my end, always willing to, add a window or, make any corrections that we can. Something structural like this is pretty much the wheels set in motion.
Right.
So no matter what I draw, they're almost going to look at our standard layouts. It'll be a dogfight on my end, to say the least.
Right. But you guys, the framing's like prefabbed, right? On your houses.
Framing's probably already cut out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, something like that's going to go over the truss, and they're almost going to have to stick frame most of that.
Right.
It's just on the actual framing layouts, they're kind of pre-manufactured per the elevation, right? So
yeah, there's still some framing to do besides puzzling it together. I'm still good with it. I'm okay with it.
I definitely appreciate the comments, though, and I gained some perspective out of it. Now I'm never going to look.
They're going to take Jen's window away pretty soon.
It cost you too much money.
They might pass it to another development, though.
Maybe
the Jen window.
And
right.
windows are 15 weeks out right now. I gotta resist those whenever I can.
Yeah, I know that. I'm waiting on them too.
Well, what if you took one window out of that and only had 2? You could get wider on the sides, and it might help a little bit. But
yeah, I like seeing 3 more than 2 usually, because then that puts the center mullion in the middle of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna create like a siding area or something too by doing that, or just a real thick trim.
Right.
Okay, well, we want to go ahead and send it through as is, but with suggestions for the future or anything like that to
Okay.
rethink dormers.
We recommend the widening of the dormer, pulling it forward to be flush with the 2-story massing.
I think that's good.
You think it would be good to put that recommendation on?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And the stone wrap on the left side of the garage and the steps to grade out the back door.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I'll second the motion.
Okay.
A roll call: Jennifer,
Yes.
Marge,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
2957 next.
Yes.
41. ahead. Oh, you guys are gonna eat me alive on this one. It's the same elevation on the other side of the site.
Oh, now we need to know where we are. How close are these?
Well, it's lot 2 and lot 41.
Okay, so it's on the complete other side of this neighborhood.
Yeah, I can pull something up and show you.
Geez, it looks the same.
This one is the same.
I know.
But they're far apart.
But do they have different colors? Did I open the wrong file?
You got me wondering that too. Let me pull up the site map to see if
Because they're exactly, oh no, wait, I do see steps to grade are different on the back. So this is a separate drawing set.
all right, so as far as proximity, the first house was over here, my cursor is, and the other one's over here in the cul-de-sac.
I'm sorry, can you do it one more time? I had my screen switched.
Yeah. Let me see if I can zoom in. So the first one was our lot 2 by my cursor, and the second one's down here in the cul-de-sac, 41.
Okay.
So no line of sight, so it's possible they sold everything the same because there was no comparison or line of sight to it.
All the colors and stuff are the same.
I'm seeing scheme 2 and scheme 2. Yeah, it looks to be the case.
It looks the same, yeah.
I think that we need to change something about it. Just as a homeowner, I don't know, do the homeowners know that somebody else is building an identical house?
Not necessarily. You know, the discussion with that is always, you know, would you take advice from somebody about what you wanted on the house you were building, right?
Right.
So it becomes you know, it never really goes anywhere on the job site. What's differentiating here is really just the daylight elevation.
Is there a different stone or a different brick, or is it really the same?
Let me see what's around this home as far as the comps on this home, because maybe they were kind of pigeonholed into this color scheme. Because when we find ourselves on a cul-de-sac, we have a lot more comparable lots that surround the house.
Right.
So this is the only Ashbury brick on that cul-de-sac. I see 3 other brick colors there, which is really going to limit, you know, changing the color of the brick without matching something else on that cul-de-sac. Vintage wicker. This siding is also unique to the cul-de-sac. It looks like we have mostly blues and grays there. So this is going to differentiate itself from the cul-de-sac, and same with the accent. So realistically, what they focused on was staying away from the comparable homes. They just landed on the same ARB on the same night, back to back. So, I mean, realistically, this could happen on the community and not be in the same meeting.
Right.
Really
Kind of a perfect storm if you think about it like that.
Be back to back on the same night, right? And they are far enough apart that it wouldn't typically bother me. Just, I wonder from the homeowner's perspective, I'd be really surprised if I built a house and found out somebody else built the same one, you know.
Absolutely.
Down.
I would agree with you 100% there.
Drive past their identical house on the way to yours. And then it becomes the butt of a joke for your family, you know, oh, not the first one, go to this, you know.
Yeah.
Folks have too much to drink one night and go in the wrong house.
Right. I would recommend that we either change the shape of that that dormer, or they change a material. Either the color of the siding or the brick or something should change so that it's not exactly identical. It's not even that it looks alike. It's
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I'm with you. I think maybe what we can do is reach out to the homeowner and just kind of bring the issue to light, right? Like, hey, you know, you're going to drive past the same elevation, the same color.
Were
we'd
the,
like to
I'm
see
sorry,
something.
were the colors the same
They
as the
were,
previous house? They were?
yep, they were.
But it's far, I don't know. I'm not,
Change, what about?
Do you guys, Jen, do you guys have color submittals on the package, you know, just to make sure that I didn't mess something up when I was pulling the files?
No, we do not.
no.
We only have the drawings.
Okay, let me just check.
What about changing detailing of the front, like different light fixtures, get rid of the soldier course and maybe do something a little bit different, you know, from that above the doors? Maybe the column enclosure at the front, you know, that's whatever that's made. I hadn't looked at that detail.
I think, you know, I think we're gonna have to focus on colors here to get some separation. You know, the customer's obviously, you know, chosen the elevation. And changing the elevation, you know, it's almost just like asking them to pick a different elevation. I think if we hone in on the colors, you know, I can see if we have any flexibility with either one of the buyers to that extent. Maybe choose a different brick color. Maybe do the brick as a primary and the siding as a secondary. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's fine. I could make a motion to approve this as noted, the notes being recommendation for the dormer to be widened and brought forward. The requirement for the brick to wrap on the left elevation from the garage face back to the main house face. It already has the steps to grade. And should we call it a recommendation or requirement for some sort of change in material? Either color of siding or the shape of the dormer or the columns in front porch area.
I guess to speak to that point, I'm definitely with the recommendation, and I would personally recommend it to our customer. But with these houses not being comparables, you know, by technically, will it be a requirement if we get resistance from our customer?
Well, I'm fine with the recommendation.
My thought is this is Twinsburg. If there are twin houses, I mean, it kind of goes along with the community. But I think that both homeowners need to be aware.
Yeah.
I agree. It's best to just put it out there and let them kind of, you know, understand what the situation is.
I'm sure they'll see what's going on.
And there'll be some sort of change. Either change your columns, change your dormer, change the color of the siding, change something so that they're not completely identical. But
columns would be the easiest.
One identical houses, they're not right next door. It's not going to be too weird for their neighbors. So I'd say that's fine.
Yeah, I'll note column style too as a suggestion. You know, that could go a long way.
That's a big change. That'll make a difference to me.
Yeah. That's just
so it's still a recommendation then, right?
Yeah, recommendation.
Okay.
Is that column, is that a wood framing around it or just a fiberglass?
That's wood framing.
Okay.
And not finished wood, it's a paint grade wood.
Okay. So if the shape of that changed to not angled or something.
Well, yeah, we could build whatever there. I mean, we could do full frame pillars, you know, just like a typical pillar or anything, just do a box top.
As long as the owner likes it. But,
yeah, I mean, both owners might not even care.
I'll make that recommend. I mean, this owner is the one that would have to drive by the house. The first owner would probably never see this one. So we'll go to this owner and try to make a change first and see where we end up.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know too if the first house, what the colors around it are, you know, if it's easier to change on the end of the street down there than in the cul-de-sac, you know, color schemes or not. But
yeah, there's less comparables there.
Yeah.
You know, I'll talk to our sales agent. You know, he knows the buyers, you know, personally when I personally have never met him, and just kind of explain the
Right.
situation, see what route he wants to take, and go from there.
Yeah, I would think both homeowners would want to know that
Hmm.
just in case.
Okay.
So it's still a recommendation.
Yes.
I'll second it. I guess we made the motion, huh?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Roll call. We'll go with say Jennifer made the motion, so we'll go Jennifer,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Marge,
Yes,
Don,
Don.
Yes,
got it.
So 3042.
If this one's another one just like that one.
I was crossing my fingers. This is not. This is a whole different floor plan entirely. Well, no, it's the same floor plan, different elevation. So more of a cottage style elevation, showing stone with shake siding accents on this with the horizontal siding. Color package 3. So we're staying in the brown family, but we have different colors here. We're doing a Bayshore ledge stone for the stone, and then medium to dark brown siding, shake and horizontal. I did notice when I was pulling these that there was a lot of brown, so I'm guessing we're filling in the gaps between the grays out there. Usually the other way around. Left elevation, garage service door. We have the stone return here. This is that elevation. When I look at the floor plan, so upstairs we have that walk-in closet and the master bath on the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talk about adding some 2020 windows there in the game room to kind of put something on that elevation,
Mm-hmm.
especially when we have a daylight condition. It really kind of sticks out a little more. Definitely open to that. Rear of the home, steps to grade, full-size daylight windows. And right side of the home. Stone return, plenty of windows on this side. I cringe when I say adding windows because we just have such a long lead time on them. It's the way of New World Order, I guess.
Yeah.
Just as hard to get the ones that are in their standard as the ones that we add. So
Jen, look at those 2 dormers.
Right. Oh, sorry. I lost the window. Where did it go? I flip between
Oh.
windows and then I lose them. I remember seeing that they were small and there were 2 of them, but I've lost them.
Mm-hmm.
Find it. I went back up to the plan to look.
yeah, this is more of our typical dormer. You know, they're elevation accents.
Right.
I'm not looking at them in a different sense. You know, I'm seeing that 2x4 frame wall right in there, you know, behind the frame against the glass with no room for trim. I'm seeing all that now. So you've ruined me.
Right. From the exterior, you know, somebody might not think about it, but when you've seen a lot of dormers, you know, if it was a livable space on the inside, it would be like 6 inches wider.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So. I like the overhangs look nice on this. You see the overhangs stand out a little better. Yeah, I would recommend 2 windows in the room behind the garage, the game room. whether they're the same as on the rear elevation so that in the room it wraps better, or if they're the high square windows.
They'll have to be because we have 306s in the rear. We're never going to get that. I think we'll be able to get one of them. You know, I could probably put one 306.
Yeah, if they would, yeah, give the homeowner the option. One of the 306s on the left elevation or two of those high square windows.
Okay.
Okay.
And really anywhere along that wall would be fine.
Okay.
It's not aligning with anything else on the exterior. So however it would work on the interior. And you've got the stone returns. And you've got steps to grade, brick to grade. So I'll make a motion to approve it as noted. The note just being the addition of one or two windows on the left elevation.
I'll second it.
And the recommendation to widen the dormers. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the same amount of work.
Smaller windows in the small dormers.
No,
Better wider, but that's
it's easier, right? No, I'd keep the same size windows, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
That's just a recommendation and you probably won't do it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not Gabe's homes, unfortunately, right?
Right.
We'll go. We'll roll call Jennifer,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Marge,
Yes,
David,
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
Gabe, what is your background?
Construction. I've done a lot of. I lived in Vegas for 13 years, so I grew up doing it out here. I moved to Vegas, and I did a lot of high-end custom out there. Brought the family back here. My wife's from here as well, so here I am.
Nice.
Residential construction, not commercial.
I did some commercial in Vegas. We did. We had some C-list celebrities that we were working for, so we've done some interesting projects out there. I did a restoration of Liberace Mansion and a couple of Holly Madison's houses, and just some real outlandish stuff for like DJs and things like that. Yeah, whole different headache. Sometimes I prefer the neighborhood homes, right?
Been dealing with all those eccentric people.
Well, you know, it's put it in, rip it out, do it again, do it different, rip it out. You're never done. Never done.
Yeah.
That's what's happening with my sister's home back in Louisiana.
Oh, yeah, she have a pile of money she's trying to burn over there, or what?
Well, her husband, yeah, he's got more money than he knows what to do with. He was, he was a psychiatrist in the Air Force, and he was actually, kind of forget his name. Which president was from Georgia?
I don't know.
The peanut guy.
Yeah, Carter.
Carter. Yeah, he was his personal psychiatrist while he was in the White House. So he.
tell him to send some money your way.
Think about the things he's heard, right?
But, yeah, but you wouldn't believe this home. I mean, it's like they sent me the plans, and I had too many comments on it, things I didn't like, and they kind of ignored me. They had
things good. Anything you can imagine, you know, you can figure out how to make it happen. So nothing we did out there was off the shelf, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got this motioned and seconded, right?
Yeah.
We vote on it.
We voted. Yeah, but I'm looking at the next case.
Okay.
Look, we got a third elevation in the four houses here. We're mixing it up tonight. Sticking with the Brown family here, we're doing a country road brick, the vintage wicker siding. All we're showing is brick and horizontal siding on this home. Brick return shown on the left elevation with garage access door This is a Newberry, more traditional floor plan. So most of our windows are built in. Daylight basement. They have a sunroom and a gathering room extension on this home. And then the right side steps to grade. Full height brick return. My optional windows.
It looks good.
Yeah.
I guess in other divisions, they can actually build houses with no windows on the side because some of our plans don't have them.
Right.
Like these are
Not in
optional.
Twinsburg.
Nowhere in Ohio, in Cleveland, at least the Cleveland area.
Well, old code used to require 2 windows per bedroom on different walls.
Oh, okay.
Old homes always have at least 2 windows in a bedroom. That was the law because they needed cross drafts.
Cross ventilation.
Cross ventilation.
Yeah.
So you can immediately tell older homes versus new based on the windows.
Always tough to set those up too because they're typically a little smaller as well.
In
And you gotta-
Aurora, they all have windows on the side.
Yeah, Aurora, they want about 15 windows on each side of the house out there. Even if it's 2,000 square foot.
Hudson's even worse, way worse.
No, I'm trying to remember. I think they have a rule or a law about, or code, I should say. They have a code about going about 12 feet without a window. You can't have more than 12 linear feet of wall without a.
Hudson has that as well.
Yeah, Hudson's like that.
Yeah, and we have big houses in Hudson. So I want to say, our base floor plans out there, about 3,500 square feet. That's where I built for my first 4 years with Pulte. So I'm very familiar, but we have about 28 windows in the base floor plan out there.
Yeah. But they used to put skylights if you didn't have room for windows. Yeah.
Okay, so we're good with everything on this house. So
Right.
1 for 3.
I'll make a motion to
1 for 4.
approve as submitted.
I'll second it.
David,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Marge,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
I do have one question regarding that color change. If we take a little time to work through it with the buyers, I'm not sure if that's going to be an overnight turn. Being a recommendation, we're still good to get building approval, building permits, and start on the nuts and bolts.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I think
Get
the
one
color
stopping.
change, just come back through with the whatever's changing and then whatever the comparables are, just
Okay.
to make sure we don't duplicate the house on the same cul-de-sac once we change it, so it doesn't duplicate the one around the corner.
Okay. Yeah, those things typically they typically snowball, where the customer's going to start looking at different elevations and there's going to be some back and forth. So
Yeah.
I just don't want to be held hostage while it's still 30 degrees out and not
Yeah.
10.
It'll be all right.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
You guys have a good evening. I'll see
you.
you next
You
time.
too. Take care.
Bye.
Night, night.
All right, fingers crossed this last phone number is our last attendee.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
Me too.
Yeah, they are unmuted.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, it's Linda Nichols from Lad Sign.
Hello. You're representing
Hello.
CMS?
Yes.
Okay, so are we looking at we're looking at many new signs.
Yeah.
So it's all new signage on the building.
It is. This is a CVS. They're changing many of the CVSs from these minute clinics to their new brand look, plus going from these minute clinics to the health hub. I believe the sign application though was really for the monument and 3 wall signs, although there are new signs on the entire property.
Okay.
This on the
So
Glenwood? Oh, I'm sorry.
this is on Darrow Road.
Yeah, and Glenwood. Darrow Road in Glenwood. Isn't there another CVS further down in Twinsburg?
Yeah, there's one way down almost to Hudson,
By Old Mill Road.
but
Yeah,
this is the one, yeah, it
they're
looks like,
both on 91. That's why I asked.
yeah, if you go to the second page that they put in there, page 2 of the PDF, you can see it's Darrow and Glenwood. They got the streets labeled there. And then they got noted all the signage. Looks like, what, 16 different signs going in?
Right.
I guess if each one of those spots is a new sign location or a
But I
re-
meant these signs are on the one on Glenwood in 91, right? This
Yes.
CVS.
Yeah, at the roundabout.
It said roundabout. Okay.
Yeah, this picture looks like it was taken while the construction of the roundabout was going on.
Well,
You know, the site view.
We originally surveyed this location in 2019.
Okay.
yeah.
So for the monument sign, I remember I had voted no when the original brick surrounded monument sign was pulled down, and this new, more contemporary style with a lot less brick is going up. But today we're looking at a face change on that. So I am okay, you know, I'm in favor. I'm not opposed to the new face change on it. I see the left side elevation is a fairly simple change. It looks like it's in the same location and approximately the same size. Will the lettering have depth to it? It looks flat in the new rendering.
It does look flat, but yes, it will have depth. The original letters, the channel letter that are on the building that are existing, are really old style channel letters. The newer ones are a lot less thick, but they are probably, I don't know, 4 inches deep, maybe. Older style, or up to 6.
Okay.
Are they going to be covered with the the bird screen also, like or will the thinner, 4 inches birds can still get up there and nest?
Well, yeah, the intention is not to install bird netting.
Excuse me.
Okay.
It's the onset here.
Yeah. Until the
as
bird
time goes,
habitat is.
yeah, as time goes by in a lot of these buildings, I mean, they basically run out of options, so that's like a last-ditch effort. But when they put new signage up, a lot of the times that really does solve a lot of those problems.
Okay.
Is this going on with all the CVSs, or just like one at a time, or just this one in particular?
No, it's a rebrand across CVS. As these health hubs are going in, they're starting to do rebranding on the buildings as well.
Yeah. It's not that big of a difference.
No.
A lot of people wouldn't notice they're new. Not that it matters to me, but that's a lot of money. Every CVS.
On the right elevation, it's similar signage, if not the same sign as the one on the left. But I see that you've brought it up higher on the wall and you're removing the decorative and functional lighting sconces.
Yes. The new channel letters will be LED illuminated. The existing are also illuminated. They're probably likely that those are probably right now neon. So remove the neon, remove those lights, and change the letters to an LED. It gives it a more, I guess, sleek, slimmer look. It's just an update.
Right, but there were two gaslight decorative sconces on that wall that have been removed.
Yes.
The reason for that?
I guess like what I was saying, it's a new look in that these are LED illuminated. So maybe in, years past, the neon wasn't as bright, or, to remove those lights and raise those letters really is just a newer design.
Yeah.
And they may constantly have trouble with those lights at this point anyway, just due to the age.
Jen, you're talking about the lantern type lights that
Yes.
were on the side?
Right. It's kind of a traditional building.
Yeah, it always looked nice on there.
Right. And then I see that you are adding LED downlighting in the cornice. Is that like a washer, or what kind of LED lighting? Is it a strip light that will see a white line going around the building?
Sorry, but that's not really part of our sign package. So I'm not sure if that would be done as the general contractor as a build out for this. But usually that lighting, I don't imagine that it would be like a neon strip that you see around buildings and bars and whatnot. Usually when we do that cornice lighting on hotels, it's more of a low, more of a muted light versus like a stripe that you would see. I can certainly try to clarify that and come back to it with more explanation, but that really isn't part of our scope.
Okay.
I'm not sure as far as the build out of this building and a lot of the things that they're doing here. I would imagine, I can't imagine that they're not going to be coming with some permitting for some other things there.
Okay. All right, because I noticed, right, there are some of those gaslight looking wall sconces on the front two pillars. And then there were the ones on the side of the building as well. The pillar lights look like they're staying.
It does appear that way. Again, sorry, it's just,
right.
It's not part of our sign package, but I'd be glad to do the research and come back to you if you want us to.
Okay, yeah, and I see that security lighting looks as though it's remaining on the perimeter. It's just without those two gas lights on the side, I'm curious how the LED strip lighting will function instead of a security light or the decorative sconces. So I feel like I could make a motion to approve the three signs, the left wall, the right wall, and the monument sign. What do you call it? The face change on it, I would say. With the note that the placement of the wall sign on the right is subject to approval of the lighting change. And
okay, so
more information
is that what you're considering on their drawing? It's considered the short front elevation.
They're calling it, I'm trying to see if I see a page number on here. I'm sorry, I don't know how to make this much bigger.
There's all the way down in the bottom right corner, there's a little page number on each page.
Oh, page 7.
PG.
Okay, yep, that's the one I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, because what's happening there with the sconce lights being removed, the sign is up higher than where it was before too.
Right, and so if you see the building on an angle, the one on the left is down low where it was previously. That's on page 4. And then the one on the right, you've moved up higher and taken the lights out, so.
Right.
So I would approve it, where the signage currently is to replace it. But if it's removing lighting and moving it up, then I would want more information on what the new lighting would be.
Okay, I'd be glad to pass that along.
Okay, so that could be my motion. So you can get started on fabricating, knowing that you can put the signs up on the wall. But if we're removing lights and moving it up, we'd need more information on that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll second it.
All right, Jennifer,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Marge,
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for the consideration. We'll get back with you on it.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, have a good night. Thank you.
All right, you too.
So to clarify that last one, so you're approving it if it's in the same location. She needs to come back if they're removing that lighting.
Right. If they're removing that lighting and putting in the LED strip lighting, I'd like more information on what that would look like, because it
Okay.
does look lopsided. You know, if they're changing the lighting on the one side and
Sounds good.
Were we supposed to do anything with those the awnings?
they were only asking for approval of the 3 signs.
The awnings are already there.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yep.
I just saw that they were numbered and I didn't know if that was something new.
No,
Right.
they're already there.
He was only asking for approval for those 3 signs, and
Yeah,
that
good.
the owner may be doing other work, but they would be coming back through if they were doing that.
Right. All right, sounds good. Real good.
Okay. Anything else we got, or that was the last case, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Anything we need to discuss, or are we good?
I'm ready to lay down. I had surgery about 3 weeks ago now. So
Oh,
I get pooped
How are you
out.
feeling?
Good. I had 4 hernias. You wouldn't have seen any of them.
Oh,
wow.
I
jeez.
was starting to have a lot of it was like bothering me a lot. I knew I had a couple from just from football and everything years ago, but none of them like bulged out. But at one point, I must have overdid it with construction and still playing sports like a dummy. So
Oh,
I had them all
no.
done at one time. It was a pretty sore week. I'll
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah, I bet. That's crazy.
I heard people crying during one. I was like, I just did 4, man. You could touch my stomach. It was like piping hot, like for about 2
Jeez.
weeks. Yeah, just healing, a lot of stitching. So I got through it though.
Wow.
I'm already working again. Yeah,
Jeez.
Oh, that's good.
I shut down for about a
Yeah.
good 3 weeks. Yeah.
Oh.
As they said, it only hurts when I laugh.
Yeah. I couldn't even move sometimes. I mean, I didn't take any of the painkillers or nothing, but it was pretty sore. It's not like they cure you,
Yeah.
So,
That's like me.
Right.
I don't take any pills. When I had my kidney stones, I never took any of the pain pills they gave me. I just
that's
suffered.
another torture.
Not me. I'd take them suckers.
Actually, that's what I thought I had, a kidney stone, but it wasn't. It was just a
Yeah.
hernia. It was just hitting all the nerves, So,
Yeah. Well, I've
Hey,
got-
Don, you weren't here for the meeting in the
Wow.
beginning. I'm retiring from ARB at the end of my term in March.
Is that right?
Yes, it's right.
What can we do without you?
Oh, you'll find some younger, cute chick to take over.
All right.
God, she's
No.
been with us from the beginning. Remember, you should take the notes.
Oh, absolutely. That was years and years ago.
25 years ago.
Yeah, Marge, how many years have you been on?
Oh my gosh, right after I retired, I was in 2006.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
14
Thank you
years.
so much. That's wonderful,
welcome.
Marge.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. I just thought it's time.
Oh, you'll be missed, I'm sure.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Are you staying here in Twinsburg?
Oh yeah, I'm not moving anywhere. Mm-mm. Not unless I get dementia and they put me someplace.
You don't want to think about that.
No.
No.
Well,
Well, if there's no more business, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting
I'll second it.
At roll
at
call.
7:25.
Marge,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Don.
Yes.
Will our next meeting be Zoom or will we be back in chambers?
I don't know. They're still renovating in there, so I'm not
Are
sure.
they? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like seeing everybody in person. I think it's much easier to work together when you're actually together.
Mhm.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like seeing the plans on my screen like that.
Yeah, that worked out well. They did
Yeah, I
it.
like
Yeah.
that too.
Did it?
That's what I was
Yeah.
wondering. If
Yeah.
you keep doing that, we could all bring our iPads or phones and look at them there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there was, I
Google-
wish we could have had the CVS plans on the screen other than the Dropbox.
Yeah.
It would have been easier. Oh, well, no big thing.
Yeah. Well, good to see everyone. Thank you.
Okay.
I got
All
Good
right.
night,
computer
everybody.
screens. I got
Thank
my,
you.
Good night, everyone.
we'll see ya.
Good night.
Good night.
All right.
Bye-bye.